She was one of the brightest rising stars in Latin music, loved by millions, trusted by her fans, and betrayed by someone she called family. Before the world knew the full tragedy in 1995, the storm began years earlier, in 1992. This is the chilling story of how Yolanda Saldivar went from Selena's biggest fan to her worst nightmare. You're watching Crime Lens, where we expose the real stories behind America's most haunting crimes. In the early 1990s, Selena Quintanilla, the queen of Tejano music, was becoming a global sensation. She wasn't just an artist. She was a movement, breaking cultural and language barriers across America. Fans adored her, and her family, especially her father Abraham Quintanilla, managed her growing empire. Among her millions of admirers was a nurse from Texas named Yolanda Saldivar, who claimed to be Selena's #1 fan. But behind that friendly smile, something much darker was beginning to form. In 1991, Yolanda convinced Selena's father to let her start the official Selena fan club. By 1992, she had become part of the family's inner circle, running the fan club and later managing Selena's clothing boutiques. To everyone around her, Yolanda seemed loyal and hardworking, but she also became controlling, possessive, and obsessed with Selena's life. Watching her every move, employees began complaining about Yolanda's behavior. Money started disappearing, and soon, the truth began to surface. Greater than. In late 1992, Abraham Quintanilla discovered that Yolanda had been embezzling money from the fan club and boutiques. Thousands of dollars were missing, and fans who paid for merchandise never received anything. Greater than. Selena trusted Yolanda, but her family didn't. They urged her to fire her, but Selena wanted to believe it was all a misunderstanding. That decision would later cost her everything.
As the years went by, Yolanda's obsession grew darker. She began isolating Selena from her staff, controlling who could contact her. When confronted about missing money, Yolanda became defensive, even threatening. In 1992, her lies began to crumble, and her desperation grew. Yolanda realized she was losing control over the one person she couldn't live without, Selena. Greater than. By the end of 1992, the fan club investigation had revealed Yolanda's fraudulent activities. Though Selena didn't end the friendship immediately, the trust between them was gone. It was a slow fall, a dangerous connection that would only explode 3 years later in tragedy. Greater than. What began as admiration had turned into deadly obsession. The 1992 embezzlement scandal was the first red flag, the moment that showed who Yolanda truly was. But no one knew it would end with the loss of a beloved superstar in 1995. The seeds of betrayal were planted that year, and they would grow into one of the most heartbreaking crimes in music history. Greater than. Trust, once broken, can destroy everything. Do you think